Hey traders, it's Scott Stewart once again. It is February the 4th, 2021, the Thursday evening here, and I have finally gotten to the point here where we can go over our results for the asymmetric trading system. For those of you that are not aware, that have not been following along with my travails and my sort of work that I've been putting into the market here, probably a couple hundred hours worth of work here. Started in December, I think the second week of December in a hedge fund conference in Istanbul, Turkey, of all places, and working through a system that I've actually used in the past but gotten away from, and there was some enhancements and tweaks to it now, and I was really excited about it. And so for the last 2 or 3 weeks of December, I sort of modeled it. I reverse engineered some of it. I did some back testing on it. I'm not a big fan of back testing, but I did as much back testing on it as I could. And then January of this year, whatever the first trading day of January was, January 4th, I believe, I started actually trading this with my own money. Actually was doing that in December as well, but officially started the month of January. And put my money on the line, put up about $26,000 of my own money, and traded this strategy every single trading day of the month of January, and wanted to document some real world results. So that's the first step in rolling out any trading system, at least it is for me. Put my money where my mouth is, put my own money on the line, and trade it, and let the results simply fall where they may, and then document it so that there's no question about it. So we do call this the asymmetric trading system, and the whole idea about asymmetric risk or asymmetric returns is that we risk a very small amount for a very large potential profit. So this is a program that is primarily designed for risk management. The profits are going to be whatever the profits are going to be. We don't determine really what the market's going to do, but we can determine how much risk we take on. And so this is a risk managed approach to investing money. And a couple things that I just want to share with you as we look at it on it. This is the first of 3 videos. So this is part 1 video, and all I really want to do with this video, guys, is show you the results. I'm just going to lay them out there for you. You can see them, and I documented every single trade over the month of January. So don't be freaked out about the fact that this is a 2+ hour long video. You don't have to watch the whole documentation at the end. I put the results here right up front. So, 10-15 minutes here, you'll get everything that you need to know in terms of, hey, did it actually work or did it not work, and what were the results. But if you are a stickler and you want to go through every single trade over the month of January, all of it's here and documented for you in video format. But the system real quickly is, so anyway, this is part 1. Part 1, I just want to show you the results of what happened for the month of January. Part 2 video that I'll probably be putting out this weekend, so just a couple days from now, we'll have the full set of rules for trading the system. So if you want to go replicate this on your own, you want to do this on your own, you want to do it for free, I'm going to give you every single rule that I use in this system, and you can go out and replicate it on your own if you so choose. And then last but not least, part 3 video, it's going to be an invitation for me to come trade the system with me every single day. I do trade this for my own portfolio, one of my portfolios, every single day. I love it. It's one of my mainstays for my retirement, my long-term wealth building retirement plan. It's one of the few accounts as a full-time trader that I don't pull money out of. Most of my accounts, any profits that are made, that profit comes right back out so that I can pay my bills and live my lifestyle. This is the one that is not going to be that way. I'm going to grow it. So you can come along and trade it with me. So anyway, this is part 1 video, just the results overview. Quick review of the system. It is a risk-reward ratio of 1 to 3, or a reward to risk ratio of 3 to 1, however you want to look at that. But we are only risking $1 of loss for every $3 of potential profit. That's the real key to this system. We'll get into that in more detail in part 2 video where we go through the trading rules. It is an automated system. Now I say automated, you do have to click some buttons every day to get the stocks into your account. But in terms of setting up your risk-reward ratio, your exits, all of that's automated. The risk management aspect of it's all automated into the trade entry itself. So pretty easy to get it set up, and you'll see that if you want to delve into the 2 hours of video here of each one of those trades. There's a little bit of accretive leverage in there, very, very small amount. We use about 15 to 20% leverage in the trade. Tastyworks, which is the brokerage firm that I use, and again, every broker is a little different, but Tastyworks, which is the broker that I use, charges about 7% interest on their borrowed funds or on their margin. And our goal to be alpha positive, obviously, is that we should be making a lot more than 7%. So this is actually quite a nice accretive aspect to the system. Very low or almost no fees at all. Oh, I love this. I love trading close to $100,000 worth of trades a day, doing 20 trades plus a day, doing $100,000 of volume every single day, zero commissions. For a guy that has traded futures a lot, commodities a lot, and day trading the SPX, which has uncapped commission charges. Oh, it's nice to pay zero commissions and very, very minuscule exchange fees. So very, very cost-effective system. It works in both bullish and bearish markets. Now, we had actually several days, 4 or 5 days in the month of January, where this system was nicely profitable, and it was profitable to the downside. We were trading in bearish markets that were going down on those days. So this system works in any market, whether it's going up or down. The focus is on risk management and positive alpha returns. So let's just talk about that for a second, risk management and positive alpha returns. Risk management basically is the primary focus. We don't know what the returns are going to be over time. We don't know what the market is going to give us. We can't control that, but what we can control is the risk. And this is completely focused on risk management, and very complementary to maybe a zero data expiration strategy or something where we have a lot higher potential rates of return, but we're also taking on more incremental risk. And then positive alpha returns. Positive alpha just simply means, guys, we don't know what the stock market is going to make over the next month or over the next year, but we endeavor to make that more than that. That's really just the key. We want to be able to take less risk than being in the overall market and make more returns. That's a pretty admirable goal, guys, just right there in and of itself. That line right there is pretty important to the overall system. We use a very small synthetic covered call. We call it a synthetic covered call to help smooth out returns. If you don't understand how covered calls work, we'll get into that in part 2 video here, where we get into the full system rules. We're also able to position to all cash. Cash is a position, folks. We're going to position to all cash on very volatile, or better put, uncertain days. Volatility is fine. We don't really care if the market is shooting up or even crashing down, because the system does work in bullish and bearish markets. But more uncertain days, where you just have a lot of froth going around in the marketplace, just a lot of volatility and uncertainty, I should say, we can go to cash. And we actually were in cash 2 or 3 days during the month of January. We just sat in cash. And then a very little overnight risk. Now, there is some overnight risk, because in some days we're not all the way back to cash at the end of the day, but very, very little overnight risk in the system. So that's sort of a quick overview of the system. How did it go for us? Well, here you go. Here's our actual results for the entire month. So we started out with just over $25,000. $25,401 is what we started with. And you can see the results over those subsequent days of trading. And it's very, very interesting if you take a look at it. There's not a lot of losing days here. You can see that there was a drawdown right there of $84. Here's the biggest window that we had of consecutive losses, 3 consecutive days of drawdowns. And then here is the biggest loss that we took on the month, $198. You can see that that's about 0.7% of a loss. So not too bad on the overall scheme of things. This, of course, is what's very interesting, and we'll get into this in greater detail in part 2 video, which is the rules of the system and the win-loss ratios. What's amazing about this system, folks, is that when we structure a trade with a 3-to-1 reward to risk ratio, where we have the potential to make $3 for every $1 that we are risking, we only need to be successful 25% of the time. That's it. That's all we need to break even and not lose money in the system. If we're successful 3 out of 10 times, if we're successful 30% of the time, we're making money. And you can see that is really reflected here in this win-loss ratio. Very interesting in that, 2 wins, 8 losses, 4 wins, 6 losses. Now, this is an aberration right there. I've made a note in the comments there. That's a pretty rare result that we had 10 wins and only 1 losses. Much more common to see things like this right here. 3 wins, 7 losses. 0 wins and 11 losses on the day. That's about as bad as you're going to get, guys, where everything we threw at the market that day ended up in the red. And on about a $26,000 account, we're only down $127 on the day. You can see the days that we went to cash there. Right there, the 27th, 28th, 29th, very volatile, very chaotic days in the marketplace. And we were absolutely just sitting fine in cash. Cash is a position. So you can see the results over time here as we look at this. Bottom line, how did we end up? Well, for the month of January, here's our results. We had a $1,231 profit for the month on a starting balance of $25,401. That's a 4.84% return in 1 month. That annualizes out to 58% APR. Now, I don't like using APR. It does serve a purpose, though. Number one, I don't like using it because we know, obviously, that we're not going to earn exactly 4.84% every month, month after month after month for 12 consecutive months. So in that sense, the number is meaningless or inaccurate. But in the other sense, it is a way to do apples to apples comparisons with other investing approaches. And guys, I don't know. Who knows where this will end up 12 months from now. But on a run rate like that, at 58% APR, that's pretty darn good. I will say that it is better than the backtesting results implied before we started making some tweaks and alterations to it, and it was better than I expected. So overall, I was very, very pleased with the results. Positive alpha, very positive alpha. Remember, again, this is sort of a twofold investing approach. Number one, we want to focus on risk management first and foremost. Number two, we want to have positive alpha, meaning, well, I don't know what the market's going to give us, but we want to do better. And we certainly were positive alpha for the month of January. A 4.84% positive return versus the S&P 500's loss of 1.11%. It's very clear that we outperformed the market while taking less risk. And interesting that we had 13 profitable days versus 6 losing days. So overall, guys, that's the results for our first month. Very, very pleased. And I'm very excited that I'm continuing to do a few tweaks here and there on the refining process. And we'll get into those in part 2 video, where we get into all of the nitty-gritty details and nuts and bolts of how the system works. If you want to now continue for the next couple of hours and look at each one of those individual trades, feel free, guys. But I'm pretty darn excited about rolling this out for you guys. Again, look for the next part 2 video here in the next few days. Okay, today is Thursday, January the 7th, 2021, and we're looking at today putting just a little video together of the A to Z of the asymmetric trading system. And I haven't put one of these together yet, even though we've been trading it here as sort of a beta test for the last probably 3 weeks. And January is really the month here that we are putting together all of our data sets on this to really see what the potential is. We're obviously 3 or 4 days into it. We're going to do it again today. And again, the idea is that we're going to pick 10 stocks, and these are coming off of our software program where we're looking at the top performers. In this case, this obviously changes day by day depending on what the market is doing. We've got a market that's moving up today. So we're looking at the top performers over the last 30 days by percentile. And that's what we're picking here today. So I'm going to go through these right now and start building some of these trades. This is the first one right here. I'm going to basically ramp up. I have the ability here to do about $3,000. We are using margin in this, so it is about a $1,500 commitment trade to me, but we're using margin, so we ramp it up to about $3,000 of capital commitment. Use the bracket order. I've got my bracket orders already predefined to where we're buying it at a limit price of whatever the current price is. We've got an immediate stop loss in of 1% and a take profit at 3%. So I'm going to review and send that order. That's my first one in. And again, we are sending these at limit prices. And so sometimes they hit right away and sometimes they take a little bit. This is the second one. Again, we're going to do 10 of these. Up to $3,000. There we go. Okay, there's my second order in. There's my third order in. Fourth order in. Fourth order in. Fifth order. Sixth order. Looks like we've already got an exit on one of these trades. I'm watching this on the other screen. I'll try to get all these in here and we'll see where we're at. Let's take a look where we're at right now. You can see all of those working orders sitting in there. I've got, see how many we've got on executions. Okay, LQD there, that's a holdover position. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 in. I've got some other orders working here. I'm going to go ahead and continue down to build this out. DAC is the next one. Got a couple more here that I want to build out. This should be the last one that I need to get in here. Okay. Let's just see quickly here where we're at. Go look at our open position. So again, LQD, that's a holdover position. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Our SPY trade is our anchor trade for the trade. So that's really 7 positions that we've got. There's one that just filled on us right there that just kicked us out. And we've got some working ones too. Got some orders that are still working in here as well. So that gives us our setup for the day. Let's now see as the day progresses how it goes. Here we go. So we are not even, obviously you can see right here, we're not even a half hour into the trading day. And we've already had a bunch of trades automatically trigger, whether that was a stop loss or a take profit. You can see right here our CLSK got in at $40.41. It automatically triggered us out at a loss at $40. Our DMTK trade, we got in here at $37.12, automatically stopped us out at $36.52. Got the DQ trade here, we got in at $78.54, automatically stopped us out at $77.50. Our ARVN trade here, let's see, there's the entry down here, $84.99, got out at $84.03, and our IEA trade, we got in at $20.94, automatically kicked us out at $20.62, and then last but not least, we got an execution on EDIT, EDIT, and let's see, our entry point was right down here at $84.78. We took us out at $87.67, so that one was a profit. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 trades so far, 5 losers, 1 winner. Remember that this system, we need to be successful 25% of the time because of its asymmetric nature. To just break even, if you're up in the 30% or better rate of results, then you're going to have a nice rate of return. So we'll watch this as the day continues here and see how we end up. All right, we're winding down the day here. You can see activity-wise, all of our fills, almost all of these, well, all of these actually have been automatic. Either kicking us out at a loss or kicking it out at a profit, but all automatic. The SPY trade is our anchor trade. That's our quote-unquote covered call trade that we put on once a week. And while it's down right now, you can see we still have $240 of extrinsic value there. $379, almost $380 is where the SPY is right now. That expires tomorrow at $382 on our short strike. So still okay on that. And then our LQD trade, that is a holdover trade from another trade. So I'm not counting that in our results. We do have 1, 2, 3 positions still open here. And I'm going to go ahead and close those out as we go into the close here so that we can do an accounting at the end of the day and see where we're at. So I'm just going to send a close order on that. I get that filled. That looks like that was a little bit of a loss on that one. That one's bounced around from profit to loss, but not too much. It never really got to any substantive profit on the day. Close out this trade right here. At least put in the close order there. Okay, do get a fill on that. And then one last one here. And that's our blink trade. That turned out pretty well. Go ahead and close that one. And again, one of the nice things about this, you can see 0 commissions. You always have a little bit of exchange fees in there, but boy, it's sure nice when you're trading, when you've been trading futures so much like I have with such heavy commissions. And you see now where we're at. So, okay, so we're out of those trades. There's our entire activity for the day right there. We'll add that up here in just a moment and see where we ended up on the day. Here's our capture for the day, 37 rows of trades. We did, I think, about 11 different positions here in and out, and ended up on the day up about $6 or so. And again, this is sort of right in line with what we're hoping for in terms of a risk management approach. It's interesting here to see how many were winners and how many were losers. Let's just take a look at our winners and losers here. Here's our 2 entries into DMTK. That went in on 2 trades at 37.12. We got out at 36.52. So there's one for the L column. Put an L over here, a W over here. Just keep track of these. ARVN looks like we went in on 2 different orders there at 84.99. There's the close of the marketplace. And went out at 84.03. So there is another L. Edit, we went in at 84.78. And we went out at 87.67. So there's a W. CLSK, we went in at 40.41 and out very quickly at 40. So there's a loss. There's our DMTK trade. PRVL went in at 23.09, and we just exited that. Where's our P right there at 23.09? So that's, I'm going to call that a win because it's a break even there. I guess that's the best way to look at that trade. PRVL. There's our Rocket trade. So Rocket, we went in at 58.74. And let's see, there's our exit right there at 60, so that was a win on Rocket. TGTX in at 53.28 and out at 52.77, so there's a loss. There's DQ. DQ, we went in at 78.54, right back out at 77.50, so there's 5 losers on the day. ARVN. That's our closed position there on ARVN. GP, we bought at 31.92, and there's our exit at 32.39, so that's a profit on GP. There's our SFIX trade. We bought in at 60.21, and we exited that at 59.55, so that's a loss. Our blink trade we entered in at 43.69 and we exited at 44.14. So that's a profit. So pretty much an even day today. That's 11 trades, and 5 were winners, 6 were losers. So more losers than winners, and we still came out ahead at the end of the day. Okay, so we're starting our activity already today. We've got an Apple trade working. We've got a TSM trade working. Let's go ahead and fill out the other 8 positions that we want to open up today. JPM is 1. Let's go put that position in place. Again, I am using about a $25,000 account, and we're employing margin. So I'm committing about $1,500 of capital to each trade, but that's using margin, so it's actually $3,000 that we're committing to the trade. There's JPM, BAC, we're doing this also. Okay, that's 4 positions in. We're back on Nike, NKE. Whoops. Okay, there we go. Cisco. AVGO. That didn't go, so that's a standing order now. XOM, same thing, sitting there. Take a moment after we get this one in and we'll see how many positions we've got running right now. BHP fills. Okay, so we've got 1. There's our SPY anchor trade, so that's done. We don't count that one, and our LQD, that's our holdover position. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 positions in there. Plus we've got some that are still working. So I'm going to try to put a couple more. Put a couple more on place here. Lily, and then BBL, one more here. should be good for right now. So we've got our orders working. We've got 3 or 4 orders still working there. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 positions open. So we should be good for the day right now, guys. So one of the interesting aspects about this system that we're still working out the kinks on is, when do you take profits? Yes, we set these trades up with a 3-to-1 asymmetric reward to risk ratio. We're risking $1 to make $3 in profits. But as you can imagine, it is just, all things being equal, it's a lot easier to hit a 1% loss than it is to hit a 3% profit. And so while we may be profitable, and today we are, today is a nice day. We're up about $190. Now, a good portion of that is $48 right here is our anchor synthetic covered call that we put in place. And that's just coming back in line here as it expires today. And, knock on wood, hopefully it has another $120 of extrinsic value sitting in there. But anyway, even excluding that, we're having a nice day. We're up about $190 total on the day. And so, again, in managing risk, we don't want to necessarily just sit in these until we get to a 3 times profit level versus our risk. We want to go ahead and book those profits. And you can see that we've already had 1 trade hit on us. So we entered today 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 positions is what we entered today. You can see that our TSM trade has already stopped us out at $119.38. We got in at 120.55. We got out at 119.38. So there's 1 loss. There's 1 for the L column today. But everything else, well, not everything else. Cisco is down just a little bit, but everything else is looking to the positive. And so, being up over $190, I'm going to go ahead and book that right now. So I'm going to come in here and let's go to our working orders, and I'm just going to start canceling these. And this is a little bit of the frustration of the manual aspect of this. We have to go through and just manually cancel these. If they don't automatically execute it for us, obviously, we have to remove these before we can come in and do something on a manual basis. So I'll go ahead and just remove these one by one here. Almost there. And then we can go back in manually here and book our results on those trades. So we're out of those positions now. I can come back to my positions tab and just go through these individually. Again, there's our anchor synthetic covered call. That's just sitting in place. There's no real need to do anything there. Nike trade, we're going to book our profits there. And again, we're sending limit orders, so they may or may not fill right off the bat. LQD trade, that's our position that is our holdover position. We're holding that. Close our LLY, close our Lily. Get a fill on that. Let's come back here to positions. JPM, that was a nice another nice follow through on the banking stocks today. And that's just sitting there. So I'm going to let that sit. I'm going to let that order sit. We can look at it real quickly. Trying to get out at 135.34, and it's currently 135.31. So we'll give that a little bit of time to go ahead and work. Close out the Cisco at a loss. That's going to be one of our other losses. It looks like we may have 2 losses out of the 9 today, which again is just absolutely phenomenal, really. Remember that we only need to be batting 30% to be profitable on the day, assuming that we're hitting across the board that 3-to-1 ratio, which of course we're not always going to get. But we'll fill that one, move out of the way. Let's hit our Apple trade here. Okay, at least I've got that order in. Oh, it fills. It fills. our BBL trade. Get that out of the way. And let's see what we're left with. We're just left with our BAC. And no, I do not have an order in on BAC. I thought that I did. Let's go ahead and close that as well. Okay, so that order is in, and that fills. I was just going to say we would just let that sit there, but we are basically out of everything. We do have another $120 of profit potential for the day, so we're showing up about $194.28 on the day right now. Got another $120 of potential sitting in there. On a $26,000 account, really all we're shooting for is about $200 to $500 a week, $300 to $500 a week. So anything in the $500 range we would obviously be thrilled with for the week, and we'll do a little tally here at the end of the day and see where we missed up on all of this. Okay, folks, let's do a quick recap of the day here. We actually ended up at a slight loss at the end of the day after our SPY position was actually closed out for us. That was our anchor position as sort of a synthetic covered call. And over the last 5 years, 7.2% of the time, the market has moved more than 3% in a week. And we got one of those weeks this week. And so it ended up knocking us out here for a little bit of a loss, but I think you'll see here overall for the week, pretty darn happy with the results. Let's go through today's results. This is June 8th. We started, or excuse me, June. This is January 8th. We started January 4th. So we're the first week into this cycle here. We're 5 days, trading days into the cycle. January 4th, we started off with $25,401. We had 2 wins, 8 losses. January 5th, we ended up at $25,863 with 4 wins, 6 losses. January 6th, we were at $26,298, 10 wins out of 11. That was a big day for us. January 7th, we finished at $26,303, 5 wins, 6 losses. And now we're wrapping up today. Today we ended down a little bit, so we're down to $26,286. But for the week, let's just do some quick math on that for the week. 26,286 minus 25,401. About $885 for the week. Not too shabby when our goal is $200 to $500. So pretty darn good week overall. Could have been much better, obviously, with a little help there from our SPY. Let's go through today's trading action and see how we did and tally this up. There's our entry points on a lot of these, and then here's our sell points. There's our SPY trade being closed out as a spread. So let's go through these. Our Apple trade got in at 130.48, got in at 131. So that's one for the win column. Our TSM trade bought at 120.53. And where is our TSM trade exit here? Here we go, 119. So that's a loss. That's one for the L column. JPM bought at 134.30 and exited at 135.34. So that's another one for the loss column. BAC bought at 32.28, and we exited at 32.44. Another one for the loss column. And Nike bought at 145.46 and exited at 146.09. So that's a win. Cisco we bought at 45.11 and sold at 45.06. Small loss, but still a loss. BHP bought at 72.47 and sold at 73.45. So there's a win. Lilly bought it at 165.75. Sold at 166.37. So there's a win. BBL we bought at 59.47 and sold at 60.09. So there is a win. And then I think we're done. We're done except for our SPY trade, which we'll calculate in terms of our anchor trade. That basically gives us 5 wins on the day and 4 losses. and would have put us in a nice gain had we not had our sort of synthetic covered call kick out. But we are up $885 for the week, guys. Again, look at those win-loss ratios from Monday the 4th until today, January the 8th. January 4th, 2 wins, 8 losses. January 5th, 4 wins, 6 losses. January 10th, 10 wins, 11 losses. That was the big day of the week right there. January 7th, 5 wins, 6 losses. And today, 5 wins, 4 losses. Really could count it as 5 wins and 5 losses if you count in the SPY trade in addition to that. So again, the asymmetric system seems to be working quite well in terms of managing risk. We only need to be successful with this about 30% of the time. All right, we're done for the day. $289.51 is the profit that we ended up at the day. $26,557.69 was the day's total. A lot of activity here, and again, I think that today's success came down to our filters and screens, picking the right stocks, because the marketplace today, if you look at the marketplace, let's look at a 5-minute chart here. You can see that it was all over the place, and it wasn't a great day. We were down 25 points. Now, we opened the day lower, and so you can see we actually opened lower and actually came up a little higher, but nevertheless wasn't a great day. And all of our trades were bullish trades today. So that speaks well to the screening tools that we use. So you can see our buy to open orders and our sell to close orders, and we can look at these in here, go through them just one by one to see where we ended up on the day. MODN, there's our fill at 37.74. And our exit is right there, 38. So that is a win. Put a W and an L here. That's a win. Penn, we filled at 97.80. We closed at 173. That's a win. MGI, that's a loss. We opened at 715, closed at 707. So that's a loss. XOM, we opened at 45.61, closed at 46.98. That's a win. Cisco, we opened it at 45.31 and closed at 45.61. So that is a win, barely. AVGO, 445.97. 445.97, 446.62. So tiny win, but that was a win as well. Lilly, 186.87 is what we got in at, 184.97. So that is a loss. There's no loss on the day. MS got in at 75.60, got out at 75.93. Small win, but a win nevertheless. AMD got in at 98.20, got out at 98.53. That's a win. MU got in at 79 and got out at 78.73. That's a loss. TGT 196.49, 197.80. That's a win. And PNC got in at 158.86. Got out at 159.44. That's a win. And then I believe last but not least is our SHYF. 29.72 was the entry point and 29.86 was the exit point. So 10 wins and 3 losses. Again, way better than we expect. We're looking for 30-40% success rates here. So today was a knock it out of the park day. We did obviously put in our SPX trade here. This is our sort of hybrid covered call, if you will. I can replicate that and show you. So again, on a $26,000 account, we were using approximately $1,400 and bringing in about $64 in premium. So again, you know, if we're looking to book anywhere from $300 to $500 a week in income, this could be easily 10% or more of our entire income potential for the week. Assuming that this works. This cost us $84 last week. So we'll see how it goes, but so far, guys, every single day, January 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and today the 11th, we have actually, well, no, one exception. I was going to say every single day we've gone up in value. From the 7th to the 8th, we went down from 26,303 to 26,286, but not a big drawdown, $84 drawdown, I believe. So we are marching on, guys, moving forward. Okay, we're back at it once again. We've got 1 week down in the books, and we're into week 2 now of January for the asymmetric trading system. I'm going to start here shortly with today's trades. Again, January the 11th, 2021. Okay, let's get started here on our first set of trades. Again, we have about $26,000 that we are working with. We are using margin, so I'm doing about $3,000 of capital into each position, and we're doing about 10 positions on average, risking 1% to make 3%. There's our first position in. There's our second position. Let's ramp this up a little bit ourselves here. Try 200, see what that gives us. 300. Getting there. Okay, that one's in. And we're going to pass on. Okay, got a few in here that are working in bullish manners, but you see that the market, here's the SPX, market appears to be turning over just a little bit right here. So we're going to hold off on putting any more in until we see where that goes. Okay, it's a little hard to see right there, but we are hooking up back again. I just wanted to make sure we didn't get it. We weren't going into a big downdraft here as we started to load those stocks up. And let's take a look quickly here at what we've got working. So I think we've got two fills in there so far, and we're going to continue with this XOM. Probably need to adjust this so that my default move is 5 at a time. this go. Broadcom. Well, that's easy. Lily. Let's try MS. And then let's see how far we are into our positions. Looks like we're getting closer. That fills. Yep, that fills. And let's see what we've got position wise. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's our holdover. 5, 6, 7. 7 positions. Nothing working. So let's keep on going. AMD. Number 8. Big movement square there to the downside. There's number 9. Let's add just a couple more here in case we don't get a fill on that last one. PNC. There's that fill on TGT. So this is probably the last one that we'll need here. Done. So we are now in. So we've got our open positions. There you go. Close these up. Got our LQD, which is the holdover there. That will expire this Friday. Options, but everything else is shares. And so far, so good. Okay, so we're going to come in once again this week, our second week into the program, and we're going to initiate a quasi-synthetic covered call anchor into this trade. I'm going to do 3 contracts with just a $5 spread, 5 delta up here, January 15th expirations. It's the Friday expiration. Put up about $1,400, and we'll see what we can bring in. Nap price is 20 cents, mid price is 30 cents. But if we could even bring in $50, you know, that would be as much as 20% of our entire weekly income goal that we're desiring to get. And so we'll see how that goes. It didn't work last week. We pushed through that level, and it ended up costing us about $84 on that day. But we'll see here. So let me go to my working orders here. It's always a little tough to pull one. Let's get that out of there. And there's our working order at 30. We might have to come down to 25. Can't really go down to 20. 20's pushing it. This would bring in $64 right here, and we get filled at that. So $64. That's maybe 15% of our income for the week, so I think that that is justified in putting that in there. Well, here we go. It's about 11:16. It's easily halfway through our trading day today, and we have already, you can see, well, there's our SPX fill. We sold, basically, that's right there. That's our synthetic covered call that we sold. But we've already been closed out automatically from our Penn trade, our Eli Lilly trade, and our ExxonMobil trade. And all of those look like we've done it at a profit. The Penn we got in at 97.80, out at 100.73. Lilly we got in at 186.87. No, so there's a loss. We got in at 186.87, got out at 184.97 was our fill price there. And ExxonMobil we got in at 45.65, got in at 46.98. So 2 wins, 1 losses so far, but up pretty substantially on the day overall. You can see that all of them, everything else that we have remaining in there, there's our LQD position. Take that out. That's just a sort of a remainder that's been sitting in there until expiration. All of them, except for our covered call position, are in the profit zone. We're showing up over $300 on the day right now. So we'll see where we come here into the close pretty soon. If we don't start getting actual automated exits here fairly soon, I'll start automatically or just manually exiting out of these trades. We are just about at the noon hour right now, so just at my time, Mountain Time, so just about 2 hours left in the trading day, and pretty darn solid on the day. We're flat on our SPX trade now. That's our little covered call, synthetic covered call that we've got sitting in there that, you know, again, if we're trying to make just $300 in a week, and this can bring in maybe $60 after fees and commissions, that's a good percentage. You know, that's almost 20% of what we're looking to make right there in just the covered call. But everything else is clicking along pretty well. We can see activity-wise, we have closed out 1, 2, 3, 4 trades already. I'm going to start unwinding these. We've had a really great day. You can see the vast majority of them are up. Micron Technologies, MU, is the only one that's showing a red right now. I'm going to take advantage of that right now. I'm going to take advantage of that and start booking the profits on these. So I need to come out here to our working orders, and I need to just start canceling these so that I can then, this is really this whole program, going in and canceling manually one by one your working orders is really the only part of this trading system that I don't really enjoy. I wasn't going to say that I hate it, but it's just a little bit tedious. It's just a little bit of manual labor here, coming in and clicking each one of these. It would, of course, be nice if they all were doing it on their own, because, of course, that means they would be getting kicked out at 3% profits, but that's not the case. So I'm going to take my AMD stock here, and we'll close that out. And let's come back in here and look at this position right here. Close those 7 shares out. And again, all of these orders are going in as limit orders, and so it doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to immediately fill, because they are limit orders. But they're close enough that I'm going to leave them. And that's, of course, our remainder. We'll leave that in there. 80 shares here. Well, I got 3 orders now sitting in here at limits that have not hit yet, so that's okay. We'll just have to come back and look at those here momentarily. MS, see if we can get that. We do finally get a fill on one of them. That cleared out MU. There's our loss for the day. Well, we had another loss in there as well. We've had a couple of losses today. But in a system that you are, generally anticipating 60% of what you trade is going to end up in a loss. Again, not too shabby of a day, and that's reflected in our above average rates of return. We're showing up almost $300, $295. We're showing up $295 on the day. That's above average. That's more than what we would normally expect. That would be good. Well, let's see. I've already got an order in there for MODN. Let's look right here. That fills. And SPX trade, we're going to leave, of course. That goes all the way through next week, or excuse me, through Friday, expiration day. Close our TGT order, and I think that gives us, if we count our working orders, we've got. Okay, here we go. We're clicking them away. The LQD trade obviously is our remainder trade. That's going to expire now. That's a trade that I should have done in a different account, but it ended up being placed in this account. So it's not really being calculated into the profit and losses of our asymmetric system, but it's just sitting there. It's an options trade and it expires in 4 days. Got our little anchor here of our synthetic covered call, actually showing a little bit of a profit right now. It was hurting us there a little bit for a while, and then I've got a working order in our last set of shares that we have with AVGO. Let's take a look at that. It's 445.80 right now, working at 446.60. So, we're a buck away. We're a buck away. We could easily hit that. I'm going to let that order just kind of sit there and work, because right now we're just at about a break even on that, and so it doesn't make a whole bunch of sense to really move that too much right now. But it could be a $300 day on the day, which would be fantastic, and it would be way more than typically expected. And of course, that's a function of the fact that, boy, I don't know how many. Let's look at our filled orders. Of these orders, we'll go through and we'll count them up at the end of the day, how many of them actually ended up as a profit. But there was quite a few, way more than the 30 or 40% that we would normally expect. Okay, today is a new day. It's Tuesday, January the 12th, 2021. Looking to put on some new trades here today, so we're getting started fresh. We do have our anchor synthetic covered call sitting in here right now. That's doing okay for us. We had about, it shows $75 of premium coming in, but it was about 64 or something around that range after costs and commissions. But that's doing okay for us right now. And then, of course, we've got our holdover position, LQD. That'll expire this Friday and get cleared out of this account. We're going to add 10 more positions at least here to get us started today. PBA is what we're going to get started with. And we'll just ramp up here. Again, I've got about 26,000 in my account, and I am utilizing margin to do this. So we're doing about $3,000 positions. And again, one of the key things, of course, with this is to make sure that the positions are all equally balanced, or as equally balanced as they possibly can be, as close to that $3,000 as possible. So there's one that I'm sending away. There's another one that we're looking at. So we'll try to get 10 positions open here and working for the day. Two. And once again, there's a lot of components. This strategy obviously is a pretty straightforward strategy. There's not a whole lot of complexity to it. There are a few moving parts, of course, but I think really the secret sauce, if you will, or the important part of it is the stock selection. making sure that we're trading the right things at the right time. And so far, we do have a lot of choices here in terms of how we can quantify something that's going up. But stocks in a bullish ascending triangle, that's what we're using today. And we'll see how that comes out. There's one coming through right there. I think that was one of our first ones that we put in. Not getting a lot of fills right up front on these. There's a fill. Another fill coming through. JRD's in. Got 3 more here that I need to enter. And then we'll see where we're at on our fills. Let's get the orders in first. And let's see where we're at on our fills. Came through, and then EAT. Let's see, probably the last one here that we'll shoot for, and then we'll go check our fills and see where we're at. Okay. Got a fill there. So let's see where we're at with regards to our positions. There's our anchor. Oh, there's another fill. Okay, they're coming in slowly today. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's our holdover. 5, 6, 7. 7 positions in so far with our anchor. And we do have some still working here. Let's get rid of the filled and look at the working. Still some pending ones in here. There's one coming through, so that's 8. So we've got 2 more that we need fills on here, and we'll just continue to let those work here for just a little bit. Okay, so we are fully invested for today. We've got 1, 2, there's our covered call, 3, 4, 5, 6, skipping that. 7, 8, 9, 10. We've got 10 positions open and working right now, and we are essentially down $50 on the day so far. Our LQD position here is affecting us. It's down 36 bucks on the day. Again, that's not part of our asymmetric system here. That's just an errant trade that got put into the wrong account. And again, that is an options trade. It'll expire this Friday. We'll get that cleared out, and it'll be a little cleaner in here to look at what we're doing. But again, if we minus that out, we're down about 90 bucks, and then you pull that out, and so we're down maybe 55 bucks, 60 bucks, something like that on the day so far. Sort of a mixed day going into the day so far. So we'll see where we end up here as we get closer to the end of the day. No executions yet on exits. So while we aren't really booking any profits really today, you can see just again sort of a mixed bag in here. We haven't had any exits either. All 10 of our positions are still open and working. So that, I guess, bodes well for finishing up the day strong. We'll obviously see where we get here at the end of the day. So it's now 11:15 a.m. Mountain Time on Tuesday the 12th, and we're, obviously about halfway through the trading day. Not a lot happening today. We're essentially at a standstill. We're basically at break even. Activity-wise, you can see we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of our 10 transactions today have already stopped us out at the 1% loss level. And the majority of the rest are working in the profit zone, but obviously not hitting a 3% profit, thus triggering us out. We are going to start booking some of the profits on these here as the day gets a little bit closer to the close. Our SPX trade, our covered call trade, obviously is helping us immensely today. That's not going to be reflected in our totals today because we're not going to book that profit and sell that. We're holding that obviously until expiration this Friday. But it's doing its job, sort of buffeting any of the losses, just smoothing out the returns a little bit over time. Our LQD trade, again, that's showing a profit, but that's not really reflected in our totals either because that's that option trade that just got misplaced in this account. So we will start here systematically taking some of these profits here, and we'll see where that puts us at the end of the All right, it's 1:15 here. Still 45 minutes left to go in the trading day, but we're done for the day with the asymmetric trading system. All of our exits hit. I had a couple that were just hanging out there that we were doing manually. Almost all of them we exited manually today. In fact, I think all of them that we exited were either the automatic 1% stop loss or we manually exited them. Nothing hit the 3% level today. And it was an interesting day, pretty much a flat day. Yesterday, January the 11th, we closed at 26,557 was our valuation, and today we closed at 26,566. Actually showed a $9 gain on the day, but that is reflective of these two positions right here. That's reflective of the $54 that we made on our synthetic covered call position, which of course we have not booked those profits yet. That will happen Friday. And then this LQD trade that's still sitting in here that will vanish on Friday and make our trading view here just a little cleaner. So if you minus those out, we can look at our activity for the day here. And here's our activity. Let's go through this first of all and just see what our wins and losses were on the day, and then we will look at the actual result for the day. So you can see the debits, the red is our entry points, and then the credits are the green. It's when we get out. It's our sell points. And you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can see right there already we know 5 of them stopped us out at a stop loss. But NT AP, we got in at 66.35, and we got out at 65. So there's a loss. PBA, we got in at 26.82. And we got out at 26.81. Why is that showing as, okay, that's a manual one. That's the one that we did manual. So that's still a loss. 1 penny loss, but it is a loss. NLOK, 2105 is our entry point, and 2120 is our exit point. That's a profit. Edit, we got in at 77.98. And we got out at 77.13, so that's a loss. HMSY 36.58 was our entry point, and 36.55, so that's a loss. Beat, we got in at 71.97 and got out at 71.94. That is a loss. That's 5 losses right there. AJRD got in at 52.79 and we got out at 52.80. Not a big win, but it is a win. ARVN, we got in at 81.73 and we got out at ooh, that's a big one. Got in at 81.73. No, got out at got stopped out there at a loss as well. So that's a loss. And then just a couple more here. VNM, the 24.45 was our entry point, and 24.78. That's a profit that we got out at. Edit, we already did, I believe, and so I think that we're probably pretty close here. TGTX. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, we got just TGTX. I believe is the last one that we need to do here. 52.39 was the entry point, and 53. So that was the profit point. So 6 losses, 4 wins on the day. That generally would result in an overall profit, but the losses just weren't, or excuse me, the profits. Today just weren't enough. Again, if we look at the history here on the day, you can see that again. I love this feature of this trading system. 0 commissions, $2.27 in fees. Not too shabby. For all that activity today, we pay $2.27, down $62 on the day. So that's our drawdown for the day is $62. Remember again, the account was actually up $9 on the day. But of course this one doesn't matter right here. That trade doesn't matter. That $40 profit, that's not being included in our totals. And we haven't booked our profit yet on our SPX. But I do believe that we will see an inordinate jump in our profit on Friday with this included in there, because we'll be booking about a $70, $75 profit or so in there. So there's our results for the day, folks. Again, recap, 6 losers, 4 winners, down $62 on the day. Okay, we are back at it here. It is Wednesday, January the 13th, 2021. Another day here in the asymmetric trading system. We'll see where we go today. We do have the SPX up slightly on the day, so we are sticking with the bullish strategy. And we're going to start here with FRT. Again, I'm trading about $26,000, and we are using margin in this, so I'm going to use about 10 positions with about $3,000 of profit in each one. There's our first one, FRT. We do get a fill on that one. HR is our next one. That's Healthcare Realty. Fill on that yet. INSM. This will be our third one of the day. There we go. GMIA is our next one. This will be our fourth one of the day. And there's a fill on one of them. I believe that's our fourth one in. KRC is another one. Another realty stock. And I
believe this is our fifth one. Fifth one in, NT, NK, NT, NX, there we go. Let's try to ramp this one up. I'm losing track here. I think this is our sixth one. We'll see. Okay, get that one in. OHI is our next one. And we'll do a couple more. OKTA. Whoops. Okay. That one we get a fill on. And let's look at SFIX, and let's see where we're at. Let's see how many we got in so far. Okay, get that one filled. Let's see where that puts us here. There's our SPX trade. That's our little covered call trade that we've got, synthetic covered call trade we've got going on. Still $21 of extrinsic value there. Oh, we're already out. We already closed out. That's obviously going to be a limit out. So that's one trade. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I got a couple more that I still need to get in here. Our LQD trade, that'll be cleared out on its own here on Friday. That'll make this a little bit cleaner. So we still need a couple of them. Let's look at what's working here versus what's filled. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's still working. That's 1 that's still working. That's 2 that's still working. So I've got 2 that are still working. So I need a couple more. I need at least a couple of more here. Let's look at TGTX here. Get a fill on that one, and let's try one. Well, there's one that looks like it was filled. Let's see what we've got. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. With one that was already has already kicked us out. Let's look at PRPL here. And I think this will put us right where we need to be for the day. Okay. I think that puts us right where we need to be for the day, guys. Let's see what our open positions are. We already had one. If we look at activity-wise, let's go to filled positions here. Yeah, we already had one that kicked us out already. But we do have several working still. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 still working, one that has kicked us out already. And some of them are already moving into the profit zone. So it'll be interesting to see how we go here as the day progresses. It's almost 11 o'clock a.m. Mountain Time here on Wednesday, January the 13th, 2021. About halfway through our trading day today. And I'm looking at our numbers here on our asymmetric trading plan, down $9. Down $9 right now on the day. We were up $70, $80. $60, $70, I believe, at one point or just a little bit ago. And that probably would have been a prudent time to start booking some profits on those. I'm looking at our positions here. There's our synthetic covered call, and then there's the LQD position, which is an errant trade that was put in the wrong account. So we're not really counting that in our results. So we've got 1, 2, 3 positions still left in the day. You can see if we look at our filled orders, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of our, I think 10 trades we got in today, 6 of our 10 have all been stopped out at a loss. And so really it's pretty amazing. Now it's showing us down $1.44. For all intents and purposes, we're break even right now on the day. But it is interesting, again, that we really only need 30% of our trades to work out for us in order for it to be a tremendously profitable day, percentage-wise. But again, halfway through the day here, we'll see where we end up at the end of the day. All right, we're winding down the day here. It's 12:45 p.m. Mountain Time, so just an hour and 15 minutes left in the day. And I want to express my frustration with today and the asymmetric trading system. And the frustration is directed at me. It's not at the system, it's directed at me. We talk a lot about this, if you're not getting the results that you desire, you have to take a hard look at what's happening and where you're pointing the finger. Is the result or the bad result a function of trading a bad system, or is it that you are a bad trader, right? And today, if in fact I do end up in the red, which it does look like I will today, that's my bad. That is my bad. So we are down. We're showing right now that we're down about $56 on the day. Now keep in mind that $21, well now $7, but a portion of that is the LQD trade that we're not counting in our results. But nevertheless, I was up $57, $58 today on a profit, and the rules that we are putting in place here for this trading system would dictate that we should have taken that profit, booked those profits, and gone on with our day. But unfortunately, I did not. And so here we sit. We'll see where we end up going into the close. But yeah, a little bit of frustration with myself, I guess. If we do end up with a drawdown today, it'll all be on me. All right, well, we're running into the end of the day. It's time to start closing these positions out. It's unfortunate. It shows that I'm down $86 right now again. $21 of that is our LQD position, which we're not counting that, obviously, but we're not booking the $9 profit on the SPX yet either. So just a frustrating day where we could have ended up $50 or $60 on the day. But I'm going to come in here on my activity-wise, look at our working trades, and let's go cancel these. Okay. So I've got all those working trades out of the way, and now I can come in here and close these. We'll go ahead and book a profit there. And we'll just see. We'll see where we end up at the end of the day. I think we may have maybe 2, possibly 3, but maybe 2 out of the 10 trades ended up winners today, which is not quite enough, obviously. Got that trade in. I'll let that work for a little bit. I'm only 3 cents off on where I need to be for a fill on that. There you go. Let me get the fill. And then I'll close this one as well. Okay. And let's see what we got left. We're out. We're out of all of our positions today. Again, that's our anchor, sort of quasi-synthetic covered call position. This LQD will go away. On Friday, we won't have to deal with that in our account anymore. So we'll see here as we hit the close in about 50 minutes and things settle where we ended up on the day. All right, it's the end of the day. Let's see where we ended up. We did end up with a $62 drawdown, about 64 bucks if you add in our $2 in fees. So about $64 drawdown on the day. We had a lot of trades. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 trades going in today. Let's see how we ended up. NTAP bought at 66.35 and exited at 65. 66, that's a loss right there. PBA in at 26.82, and there's our exit at 26.81. Teeny loss there. NLOC in at 21.05. Out at 21.20. Book that as a win. Our edit trades 77.98, and we exited that. Where is our edit exit? Right there. So again, we entered at 77.98, exited at 77.13. That's a loss. HMSY 36.53, and we exited at 36.55. Tiny win. This is the problem that we see today. We're getting some wins, but not as big as we need. BEAT bought at 71.97 and sold at 71.94. Loss right there. AJRD 52.79 and 52.80, so out at a win, but not a big win, obviously. Avarn got in at 81.73 and out at 80.78. That's a loss. That's 5 losses to 3 wins. UNM 24.45 in and 24.78 out. So there's another loss right there. And I think, let's see, TGTX, we got in at 52.39, got out at 53.05. That's a win. And we did have a couple other ones. BPMC, and we got out of there. Let's see, we got in at 107.48, got out at 106.29. That's a loss. And then our last one was Plug. Got in with Plug at 62.06 and got out at 61.45. So 8 losses on the day, 4 wins, $63 drawdown on the day. Not a great day because that was my bad in not booking those profits. So we'll be better on that going forward. Okay, getting a little bit of a late start here today. Today is January the 14th, 2021. It's a Thursday, and we've already got all of our positions in for today. Market was up, well, E-minis were up about 10 bucks on the open. The SPX was up about 12. NASDAQ was up about 25 or so. And so we went with bullish trades once again today. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 trades in on the day. And you can see that we've already been stopped out of a couple of them. GSX and AAE got stopped out of those already. But we're about flat on the day. We're down about $6 right now on the day. So we'll continue to obviously watch this. as we go throughout the day. Would love to have a positive day today. This would have been our first 2 back-to-back days. Yesterday we had a $63 drawdown. The day before, on Tuesday, we had a $62 drawdown. So again, the risk management component works quite well, or has been working quite well for us. But yesterday, again, just a little frustrating because I let that profit slip out of our hands. And one of the rules that we're going to institute here in this is that when you do get a substantive profit on the day, and for substantive profit, I would be, 0.2%, 0.3% is plenty on the day. So we'll watch this as it develops throughout the day, see if we can get us into the green. All right, it's 1:11 p.m., just about 49 minutes to be exact, before the market close. And another day where we just didn't really get anywhere, no real traction in our trades. We've already been stopped out of 4 of our 10 trades. The bulk of the remainders are profitable, but just not enough. Just not enough to move us to a profit for today. So probably going to be down just again a little bit today. I'm going to go in and close all of these out. I'm going to go to my working trades and close all of these, and then close all the other positions, and we'll see where we end up at the end of the day. Okay, today's results are now in the books here. We can add up our wins and losses. We're down about $128 on the day. And today, I guess, was a good example of risk management and how important that is. We started the day up 10, 12 bucks on the SPX. And as we're going into the close now, we're down almost 10 bucks on the SPX, down 7 right now, but moving to the downside. So really probably would have been a better day in hindsight to have done bearish trades instead of bullish trades, but nevertheless we managed the risk, I think, pretty well based on, again, about a $26,000 portfolio. When I add up our wins and losses here, AEE got in at 74.11, got out at 73.35, that's a loss. ARE 168.39 and 168.36 was our exit at the end of the day, so that's a small loss, but it is a loss. CL bought at 82.04, got out at 81.68, that's a loss right there. CNST got in at 30.38, 2 different fill orders there, and got out at 29.99, that's another loss, 4 right there. BSV 82.75 and 82.76, so we'll call that a win. It's 1 point win, 1 cent win. CUZ 33.85, and we got out at 33.83, so a loss there, 5 to 1 right so far on the loss win ratio. FSLY 92.15 and 91.22, so loss there. GSX got in at 60.50 and got out at 59.86, so loss there. And KMB got in at 103.09 and got out at 103.25, so that's a win. And last but not least, SCHH got in at 37.16, got out at 37.36. So there is, we got 5, 6, 7 losers, 3 winners, but just not enough on the day, guys, to get us into the profit zone. Again, down about $128 on the day. Okay, here we go. Last trading day of the week. We are halfway through the month of January here. It's January 15th, 2021, and we're going to start off with some trades, getting some trades in here this morning. We'll kick it off and see where we can go with this today. Again, similar approach, putting about $3,000 into each position. And it'd be nice to have a nice day. I think we're about 3 days right now. 3 days into not really getting anywhere, just sort of trading water. Market opened up down today, and so getting any type of a rebound today would definitely help. going to skip beyond meat because even though that's in an ascending channel, it didn't look good today. Okay, CMS. I think as the balances start to build here, I am going to change my default setting here to moving maybe by $5 a share instead of $1 a share, so it's easier to ramp into these. Okay. And we just keep going down the list here. A little easier to get there on a stock that's $250. And just lost my screen up here. Okay, here we go. Go Daddy, I haven't traded this in a while. We'll check out where we are here in a minute. I have lost track of how many positions we have put on. Okay, let's just jump in real quick and see what we're showing. There's our SPX and LQD. That's going away today. That'll be a little bit easier accounting wise to not have to mention that every time we put a trade together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I got one it's sitting in there too, so we need a couple more. There's 8 right there. There's 9. And let's take a look at, let's say, here we go. This is the one we want to look at. Let's take a look at Zoom today, and we'll take a shot at it. We'll take a shot at it. Already up 13 bucks on the day. Already up. But we're risking 1%. So we'll take a shot at it. We might come back and take a couple of shots at this if we get knocked out of it. We get knocked out of this thing right away. But we are in and up and running now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 positions up and running, guys. We're up and running for the day. All right, this is a wrap to the day and a wrap to the week. Down about 100 points, down from 26,385 to 26,286. Down $99 today, and we did something a little different. You can see there's all of our executions today, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of the 10 actually kicked us out at a loss. Just automatically, and we've still got, there's our synthetic covered call that will expire, fully profitable today. That will expire and go away. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 positions still open. We left them open
and they are, for the most part, working into the profit zone. They're all in ascending, bullish patterns. So Monday, market will be closed as a holiday. We'll see Tuesday where this carries us over, and again, we'll have 4 positions already starting the day, so I'll only need to add 6 positions on Tuesday. We'll see how that affects our overall results, because today 6 of our 10 basically resulting in losses, putting us down about $99 on the day. Okay, we are back at it here after a little break here, Monday holiday, trading holiday. So it's Tuesday, or we're starting the week with a Tuesday trading day, January the 19th, 2021. And we've got 4 positions that we've carried over. So again, continuing to make tweaks and refinements to this program. And one of the changes now that we're working on is holding our open positions into the next day to see what those carry forward on, and see if the momentum model that shows that it should work does in fact work. So we have 4 positions open right now working for us. That means we only need to add 6 positions today to fill that out. We also need to put in our synthetic covered call position today, and we're going to look at actually mating that up with a sort of a iron condor, if you will, a put spread on the downside. So we're about an hour out from the market open up here, and we'll see where we go. Okay, market is open here, so we've got at least 6 positions here that we need to add. And so we're going to jump in here and start adding some positions. There's 1. Two. 3. Skip that one, it's a bond fund. There's 4. Bond fund 2. That is 6. I believe that gives us, let's just take a look here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's our 10 positions. So we're in and running, and now we need to do our covered call position.
BGS. January 22nd. Let's clear these out. Today's the 19th, so we're looking at the 22nd expiration. 3 days out. Looking to do about $1,500. It's going to be a $1,900 trade there. That would be a 900. Let's add one more. That's probably the trade that we're looking at. I don't know if I'm going to get enough premium on that one, so we'll go down to the 7 delta. That should give me the ability to get at least 25. At least 25 cents. I'm going to try 30 cents here. That would be a 80 cent or an $80 credit. And I do get that. I do get that. So there's $80 of income on the call side. So we are now in and we are running for the day, guys. So we're off to a pretty decent start today. BGS, you can see, is really one of the ones that's powering almost everything, but everything is moving into the green here. We've got a decent update today. We're up $100 basically, $107 right now, but still not back to the balance that we got to. The high of last week was 26,566, and we're at 26,392 right now. So still not quite back to the high of the last week, but we did bring in $80 on the credit for the synthetic covered call. And one of the things that we're working on this week is adding a put leg to that as well. So it would be an offsetting trade. It would be, we'd want to do 3 contracts here with the same expiration date with the same spread. And it would be down here obviously on the put side. And up here we used about a 7 delta. And so that would put us somewhere way down in here. I'm going to try to start it at a 10 delta just to see, because the skew is so heavily pushed to this side that a 7 delta, there's probably not going to be any income in that. Again, we did 3 contracts and it was a $5 spread. Let's go 3 contracts here, and we want to get at least 25 cents. There's the net price of 20, mid price of 40. Might be able to get a 30-cent fill on that, and that would bring in $80 as well. So let's see. We do get a 30-cent fill there, and that brings in $80 as well. So there's $160 brought in this week on the synthetic covered call, and I guess you could call it the cash secured put, synthetic put on that trade. Well, it's about 9:14 into the day, so we're just a couple of hours into the trading day, and things are coming along quite nicely here today. There's our SPX hedge, and everything else is really, maybe with one exception here, moving nicely into the green for us, showing up about $187 right now on the day. And so we're going to start booking these profits here. I'm going to come into my working orders. Let's get rid of all these other things here, and let's start exiting out of these. So I'm going to pull the working orders here. Okay, so I got all my working orders pulled. Let's get rid of these. There we go. And let's start booking some profits on these. I'm going to go to my STX first of all. Let's close that. I'm just going to go up 1 penny there on each of these. Place some orders just above where we're sitting right now. There's the STX. And that fills. Close here. DR. See if I can get an extra penny out of each one of these. Okay, getting there. See if I can get an extra penny out of that. Got a couple of them there. What am I left with here? AEP. Out of that. So I've got both of those orders working here. I just got the AEP order, and it looks like I'm 1 cent off of my DEI order. And that'll close me out for the day. Showing up about $182 right now. Okay, so we're all out of our positions for today on the asymmetric trade, with the exception, of course, of our synthetic covered call or synthetic covered put rights that we've got going on here. Basically, just an iron condor is all it is. But let's look at our activity for today. We did finish up about, as I said, 180, 190 bucks, something like that on the day. Not too shabby. And you can see that we entered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These trades right here. We entered 6 new trades because we had 4 still going from the previous trading session. There's our 2 anchors on our SPX. And then there's all of our closes. We were able to close all of those out. And all 10 of them, with the exception of CLX, Clorix right there, closed out at a profit. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Those are the winners, and 1 loser on the day. Rare exception there. Rare exception where we had more winners than losers, and that's obviously reflected in our results for the day. So pretty darn decent day, guys. All right, folks. Today is Wednesday, January the 20th, 2021. Starting off the day fresh here. We only have our hedge in place right now. I'm going to call it a hedge now that we are looking at, or at least testing, using both the put leg and the call leg in this trade. Down a little bit today, but boy, the premium, I mean, we went from bringing in $30 or $40 of premium to $180 of premium, which is percentage-wise substantial, obviously. But that creates some different risk, and one of the main components of this system that we don't want to breach, even in terms of getting higher rate of return, is that asymmetric nature, the ability to risk such a small amount versus gain such a large amount. And any credit trade starts to push against that. It starts to hurt us in that aspect. And so we're going to put some pretty tight rules in place here in terms of how far out of whack we will let these spreads go before we close them down. But right now they're doing okay. 38.25 is where the market is this morning here as we wake up. 38.80 is where the short call leg is. And so I think we're still okay in that range. But we do need to get started here on filling out our positions for the day. So we're going to go take a look at, it is a bullish day here. And so we're going to go look at filling out some positions here. We need 10 to get back to where we normally are. And so we're going to just go through the, a little bit of the arduous process here of grabbing these. These are all bullish stochastic alerts for today. So these are all stocks that are giving us a bullish stochastic alert. And we'll see what we can do with these today. It is interesting, the first two here that I've pulled up are actually down on the day when the market is opening up. So we'll see if that means that we got a good fill, we got a good price on them, or our scans are just not working today. But BGS is the next one. Let's grab this. We've got two in already. And shortly here is our third. Okay. That's a bond fund. Let's skip that. Another bond fund. We've traded Clorox several times here and it hasn't worked for us. So let's try it again today. See if we can get the move that we need. TR, a lot of energy names popping up here. It's interesting, as much trading as I've done. This is not abnormal for me, going out and throwing a bunch of trades on every morning. But generally speaking, the risk that you're taking, it's a little bit more, nerve-wracking, I guess I should say. That's a bond fund too. I get a lot of bond funds. A little bit more nerve-wracking than what this simply is. So having that confidence in the risk management part of this, again, you never know what you're going to make profit-wise. But having a little bit of confidence in the risk side of the equation, and then not having to pay commissions, that's such a nice part of this whole process. So I don't know if I'm going to get 10 fills off of this list. So we'll see where we're at here. I got just a couple more to go. And let's see where that puts us at. I might have to do a different scan here. Something other than stochastics. Try one more. Okay. So let's just see where that puts us all. I know I haven't obviously gotten fills on all of these. There's a partial fill. I'm assuming that I'll get the remainder of that here. Let's close some of these down. I don't know why they open like this. Get that close down. Okay, so there's our SPX anchor trades in there. So there we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 in and going, and we already got stopped out of our Clorox trade, and I'll have to look at that. There we go. There's today's order. And let's look at what's still working. Two of those, 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 two of those. So still working that order a little bit and still working that order. So I've got one more potential there, and I need one more. So I'm going to try to find one more of these, and we'll add it in, and we'll be at our 10 for the day.
All right, so this is a wrap for the day on Wednesday, January the 20th, 2021. And we actually, I'm going to put it down as we finished up on the day. We finished positive on the day, but not really. Kind of a frustrating day. You can see that the S&P 500 just ripped today. Today was the inauguration for Biden, new presidency, and the market just ripped higher, up 53 points on the day. And our positions didn't really respond to that. All bullish trades today, all trades based off of the filter that stochastics were crossing up today. And we just got some marginal moves. Really, if you look at our activity, you can see that 2 of our 10 positions stopped us out. So we didn't get a lot of positions stopping us out today. But we also didn't just get the profits that we normally would get on a day like today. Because the market did rip higher, you can see that we're showing an open position down $177. So we're down $84 on the day, but if you backed that out, we would actually be up on the day. You can't really see it. It doesn't, unfortunately, really reflect our results today. It doesn't reflect in the History Channel because you can see showing us down $18,000, $19,000 because we spent all this money right here. You can see all the negatives right there. We spent all this money buying these positions. But we've only closed out 2 of them. So there's not a balancing trade for all of these to get us to a net profit or loss number for the day. But again, it's showing us down $84 on the day. But if you back out the S&P sort of synthetic covered call, synthetic put right that we have in here, we would actually be up on the day. Still $336 of extrinsic value sitting in that. So I'm going to call it a win for the day. Most of our positions are still open. 1, 2, 3, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 of our 10 positions still open and working today going into tomorrow's session. So we'll need to find 3 more positions for tomorrow. But overall, just kind of a blasé day for a market that just absolutely ripped to the upside like that.
So today is Thursday, January the 21st, 2021, and I just wanted to do a quick update here. I've been driving on the road all day today to a dirt bike race. So I got my trades in early in the morning here, and you can see here that we've got our anchor trade still in here. That's our SPX trade, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 trades still sitting in here. So we got kicked out of 6 trades. 2 of them were at the 3% level, the winners. So not a bad day. We are up, I think about $370 on the day. Pretty darn good day for us today, and we've obviously still got some left in here. So we'll try to close those out tomorrow and be just back into cash once again for next week. All right, it's January the 22nd. It's Friday, 2021, and looking to close out this week really, really strong. We're back up now above $26,000. This is the high for the month here, and so progressing quite nicely. Very, very happy with the results of this system. The market is down. You can see the market's down 16 points right now. There's the SPX. But overall, we're pretty good. Still got 3 positions inside here that are a carryover from yesterday, and then of course our anchor, the SPX, sort of synthetic, basically an iron condor, but I call it a synthetic covered call and a synthetic put right on the transaction. It's about a $1,500 transaction on about a $30,000 total investment. Again, I got about $26,000 in here, but I'm using a little bit of margin every time we trade. We use a little bit of leverage, a little bit of margin, not a lot, but a little bit. 10 positions of about $3,000 a piece, and I'm using about 5% allocation. So whatever you're trading, about 5% goes into this synthetic covered call and this synthetic put right. that's going to be a big driver for us. About $180 profit this week, which percentage-wise is really big. That ends up being a big component of this. But I'm going to go ahead and clear out the positions that we do have in here today, these remaining positions. I'm going to go ahead and close those out. And then we will start. We'll start anew. We will start fresh today here, and see where we end up at the end of the day. Looks like I've already got it. Do I already have an order? I do have an order in there. Let's see what we've got activity-wise here. What I am working, orders that are working, and I need to clear these out. Clear these out, obviously, before I can do something different. So clear these out. Okay, I think I'm all cleared out now. Looks like it. Yeah. Let's go ahead and clear that out. Okay. And one more. So this should end up being a pretty darn good week. We'll see, obviously, how today's new trades go with the market down right now. So I'm going to go find those trades, and then we'll go build them. All right, there you go. We are loaded up. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 new positions open and working today, obviously, as well as our anchor position with the SPX. So we'll see here where we end up at the end of the day, but it should be a nice finish to the week. All right, guys, that's a wrap for the day. That's a wrap for the week. Market just closed, and we were up. Well, our value went from $26,487 to $26,700. So $200+ profit on the day. A good percentage of that was our SPX trade being fully profitable for us today. That was a big part of the week's success. I think that overall we went from $26,467 on the 19th to $26,700, so about $230 of profit, and you can see $180 of that was from the SPX trade. But overall, a really good week, and we still have some positions working here that we have not booked our profits on yet. We're carrying a lot of stuff into next week. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 trades. 8 of our 10 trades did not execute for us today. They didn't hit the stop loss. They didn't hit our max profit, but we definitely did hit a profit level on a lot of them. So if we can get a solid open to the market on Monday, Monday might be a nice day for us as well. But anyway, good solid day today, guys, and good solid end to the. All right, guys, we are back at it. It is January the 25th, 2021. This is a Monday, and we're getting into the last week of our first month of trading the system. We're off to a rockin' start today, and it's all because of AMC right here. It's just absolutely ripping on a couple of news pieces here, but up $130 on the day, and so that's obviously helping us overall. These are carryover positions: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've got 6 carryover positions from last week, and so we need to add 4 more positions today. I'm going to go find those right now, and we'll drop those in. Okay, there we go. We are loaded up for the day. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 positions up and running. And we've got our anchor in just on the put side. Just got the put leg in today. We'll see how that goes, whether or not we can get the call leg in today. That might be a little bit later in the week. But right now, everything looks really pretty solid. BHP, oil, selling off a little bit today. But everything else looking pretty strong, and AMC is really what's carrying the day for us right now. So we will continue to watch these guys today. Right now showing up just about $20 on the day, but so far, pretty darn good start to the day. All right, that's a wrap to our day today on the asymmetric trading system. Kind of a frustrating day. Well, really a frustrating day today. Once again, the history tab does not do us justice. We did not make $24,000 today. This is a wrong number, because it's showing some sold positions here that is bringing in money, from Friday's opening position. So we'd have to go back to each one of these individually and look at them to pair that up. I'm looking at it on my other screen here, and it shows that we were down $188 on the day. 26,502 is our balance today. And yeah, a little frustrating. We do have our sort of synthetic covered call, synthetic put right in here, if you will. I had to go a little bit heavier today. Generally, it's about a 5% ratio to what you're trading, and so trading $30,000. Again, about a $25,000 account, but using a little bit of margin, so trading about $30,000, 10 $3,000 approximate sized positions, be $30,000. 5% of that would be $1,500 is what we put into this position. I put a little bit more than that in today. It was about $2,000. And that hurt us initially in the first part of the day, adding to our losses. But you can see that on our SPX position, we do have $100 of extrinsic value sitting in there. And this is just the put leg right now. If we could get a call leg in as well, that would be awesome. And I don't know that we're going to double that up to $200, but even $130, $140 of income off of this, that's $500-600 a month on a $25,000 account. That in and of itself is pretty amazing and could contribute to a large percentage what our potential profit for this would be. But nevertheless, down $188 on the day, and honestly, it was just one of those days where we really got whipsawed. If we look, let's go look at a 5-minute chart here on the day. I mean, you can just see it was just a crazy day. Had we not had, this is a day here where had we not had our stop losses in place, probably would have been not only a good day, but an amazing profit day. Because you can see right here that we came back basically to break even. We opened up, there's your open right there. We popped to the upside. Nice upside trend, and then boom, we just get crushed right there. And that's where all of our stop losses kicked in and pretty much kicked us out of every single one of our positions. I think we were kicked out of 9 of our 10 positions. 1 winning trade today, 9 losing trades. And had those stop losses not been in, probably fair to assume that most of them would have come right back here with the marketplace. But again, this system is really about risk management first. The number one priority, the number one key here is manage the risk. And then the profits will be whatever the profits are going to be, right? But we are going to manage the risk in this system. So, I guess for better or worse, we are back to a clean slate right now. No positions carrying overnight. Except for, of course, our anchor position on the SPX. So we'll start this whole thing fresh and new tomorrow morning on Tuesday, guys, and see where we get. Again, we're on the 25th of January right now. Just this week, we've got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, 4 more days of trading this system, and then we'll have a full history, a full 1-month history of this system. And, I think it will be enough. I think that you'll see some pretty big days and some pretty bad days in there to where it's going to be enough that you can have enough data to look at and go, this makes sense, or no, it doesn't. So there is our finish for the day, guys. Down, again, $188 on the day. Okay, guys, getting a little late start today. I had a bunch of other trades that I had to get in, but it is the 26th. It's January the 26th, 2021, and we are up and running in our asymmetric trading plan today. Did a couple of things you'll notice activity-wise here. Well, let's see if we can get this thing to fill out. Activity-wise, Tesla, let's remove that. That'll help. Here we go. So filled, you can see a lot of activity going back into filling out. We didn't have any positions open other than the put leg on our SPX. I went ahead and I filled out the call leg. So you can see right there I added the call leg on the SPX, and then we added 10 more positions back in on the day. Now we've already gotten triggered out, so there's our SPX trade right there. We've already gotten triggered out of, well, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So two of our 10 trades have already triggered us out. We don't really have any of them, not a single one of them, really working for us to the positive today. We had a little bit of a pop at the open, and so we did bullish trades, and the market's kind of given that back now. So this might be a scenario today where we hit our stop losses on a lot of these, if not all of them. But we'll see.
Our SPX is holding us sort of flat on the day, and obviously a lot of time left in the day. So we'll check back in at the close. All right, folks, that's a wrap for the day. Pretty non-eventful day. We made $7 on the day. We went from yesterday's ending balance of 26,502 to today's balance of 26,509. But we did have a lot of activity. We had 3 of our positions stomp us out at a loss, and that still leaves us with a bunch of positions open. We did fill our SPX trade as well. So you can see that's kind of what we got left and working here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 positions still open and working, plus our anchor position there with the SPX. That's pretty well positioned. Not too bad, I would say. You can see that we've got the 3940s, about 100 points higher, and the 3730s, again, about 100 points lower. So pretty darn well positioned here. And $150 of extrinsic value still sitting out in there. Rest of our positions kind of just a mixed bag here. About half of them up, half of them down or so, but not enough to either hit our stop losses or our take profits. So we carry these over into tomorrow's session. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we'll need to pick up another couple positions for tomorrow, and we will carry forward. Today is January the 29th, 2021. It's a Friday, last trading day of our first month of going through the asymmetric trading system. And I needed to do an update for the 27th and the 28th, because both days, the 27th and the 28th, we did not do any trades. So the very successful, very rich, very famous Paul Tudor Jones, the hedge fund manager, I think the quote is attributed to him that cash is a position. Cash is a position. Meaning this system is designed to really work in up or down markets, but not necessarily whipsaw markets. And so these last couple of days have just been absolutely crazy. I chose to just sit it out, and we just sat in cash. So January 26th, 26,509 was our account value. January 27th, same value. January 28th, same value as well. I don't know if we're going to be putting any positions on today. We do, of course, have our anchor position here still open, and that is showing a loss. It's showing an open loss right now, but it does expire today. And knock on wood, right now, it is nicely inside the cash flow zone, and that should give us a nice little pop at the end of the day as well. And if we can get that, that would put us very, very close. I think January 22nd was our high watermark value-wise in the account, and this might actually put us to where we could finish above that, which of course would just be coincidental, but it would be nice to finish the last trading day of the month with the highest value of the month as well. So we'll see how today goes, but just wanted to give you a quick update there.